Hey, what's going on, people? It's your boy Brown Baldy yet again, coming in to a new reaction. Well, not necessarily new. I'm a little late to this one. I usually try to keep up with the Death Battle one, so I do apologize. It's been a rough week. With all the excuses aside, point is that it's the new one that came out. It's RWBY Rose versus Maka Albarn. RWBY versus Soul Eater. I'm gonna be quite honest. I have not watched either of those anime. When it comes to anime, I really need to catch up because there's like so much out there and so many new things, and it's been hard to keep up with everything. I get the feeling I probably won't be able to. So I guess the best thing one can do is just try to watch what they like. But I'll say this though: if I was just to make a guess or at least pick a side as to who would win, I would go with RWBY because I know a little bit more about that one than I do Soul Eater. I heard they're both good animes, and I haven't watched either of them. I haven't kept up with RWBY. Not sure what's up with that one. I haven't kept up with. I haven't even seen them. I might have watched. Basically, the only reason I know about RWBY is because I watched the trailer that came out many years ago, where she's showing off that big red gun that transforms into a scythe. That's the only reason I'm going for it. Though when it comes to Soul Eater, I think those are also Grim Reapers or something like that. So it's because when it comes to weapons and fantasy and all that kind of stuff, for me the scythe is just, it's the coolest thing ever. But I happen to like the way RWBY's looks. It's technological, it's badass, it's cool, it transforms into a gun, and I just, aesthetic wise, it's just badass. But anyways, let's get on with the video. Here we are, Death Battle. Do not forget to go to their channel, subscribe to them. I am reacting. This is their video. With that being said, here it is. Came out 12 days ago. RWBY Rose versus Maka Albarn. RWBY versus Soul Eater. So, my money's on RWBY, but who knows? I don't know anywhere near enough both of these animes to actually make a guess.
RWBY Rose versus Maka Albarn.
The battle of spunky teens with oversized gardening tools. He's Wiz,
Nice.
I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
I remember when Mama Boomstick read me bedtime fairy tales. Stories of heroes and warnings about eating those little berries and quicksand. So much quicksand.
Yet in the world of Remnant, fairy tales are real. Here, huntresses do battle with monstrous Grimm, and there was nothing more exciting than that to RWBY Rose.
Daughter to the world-renowned huntress,
Full name: RWBY Rose, age 17, Huntress leader of Team RWBY. Trained by Crow Brandwin, Yank, Dalblack, Professor Obson, Professor Ironwood. Likes books, cool weapons, her family. Penny eats cookies and drinks. Okay, it drinks milk. Official VTuber. What the hell's a VTube? Is that like a... I am very out of touch. For someone who likes YouTube and media, there's a lot of things that I'm very out of touch of. I'm starting to feel old. But anyways.
who disappeared. Little Red really wanted nothing more than to be a huntress.
Her dedication paid off.
I'm sorry, but that scythe looks sick. Ugh. I gotta say, she's got the coolest looking scythe ever.
Admitted into Beacon Academy 2 years ahead, a premier school for huntsmen and huntresses, RWBY clearly showed prodigious talent.
Not just that, she's got the weapon geek gene just like yours truly. RWBY doesn't leave home without her trusty Crescent Rose. It may look like a high-tech scythe, and it is, but it's also a gun. RWBY made Crescent Rose herself. It's like...
Personally forged at Signal Academy, blade can rotate 360 degrees, form scythe, sniper, war scythe. Dust, fire, gravity, ice, heart, light, lightning, steam, stone, wind.
A dance between Grim Reaper's choice and a bolt action.
Yeah, when it comes to Crescent Moon, I'm sorry, but that's the coolest looking scythe ever. Damn.
Sniper rifle.
A dance is fitting, as huntsmen are locked in a never-ending waltz in their battle with the Grim.
Though I believe the girl with the white hair, if I recall, I think she uses a rapier. It might be the gayest sword, at least when it comes, because it doesn't look as badass, but when it comes to, like, I've always liked rapiers. I like the elegance of him. You know, he could just swing and thrust and shit. But whatever.
Crescent Rose can switch between sniper and sight at the press of a button.
There it is,
Ruby's an
see?
old hand at flinging and moving it exactly
Damn.
how she wants, despite it being, like, bigger than she is. How does she do it with those noodle arms? The girl can't even throw a punch.
Well, she might not need to, given the strength of her aura. All living beings in Remnant have an aura, except dark creatures like Grim, though not all of them can utilize it in combat without extensive training. See, aura forms a barrier that blocks fatal blows and even heals wounds.
It can make weapons stronger, too. When Ruby slaps a cartridge of dust into Crescent Rose, her aura lights up nature's wrath in man's hand.
Dramatic, but accurate. This dust represents the base elements of the world. Fire, electricity, ice, wind, anti-gravity. Isn't that like...
Powers: aura, barrier, enhanced physique, enhanced healing, enhanced senses, bolsters dust and weaponry, aura, restorative items, semblance, petal burst, superhuman speed, teleportation, molecular intangibility, silver eyes. Damn, okay, so sounds pretty powerful.
Last one count?
Rule of cool, Wiz. She's got the eyes of a hawk, and when she shoots you with dust, a bullet wound's the last thing you'll be worried about. With enough of a boost, ice dust can freeze over whole mechs, and she can power up her kicks to crater military-grade steel. She had to improve her semblance, too.
Right. While aura is essentially the manifestation of one's soul, the semblance is an expression of their personality.
Basically, it's a superpower farmed by aura, and Ruby's got super speed. Or a teleport? Or what is she doing exactly?
Close. This is Petal Burst, a mixture of speed, teleportation, and intangibility. Ruby can rocket from one point to another in milliseconds.
By literally bursting into petals.
Sort of. According to Best Robo Girl Penny, Ruby's semblance is extremely complex and variable. It involves breaking her body down to its molecular components before zooming off in complex paths, negating the laws of mass entirely.
AKA Super Speed Plus. And Nora is best girl. Ruby's petal burst is so quick she can make flying missiles look completely still. Good luck tagging her with a bullet. Or a breadstick.
She is certainly quick enough to give Emerald and Mercury a hard time, and they've dodged actual lightning.
She's faster than Blake, who could keep up with the most cringe faunus of all, Adam Taurus.
Well, he did draw his sword fast enough to parry an actual particle beam. In real life, such a beam is created by accelerating charged particles to just under light speed.
So, that's impressive.
With such a powerful ability, Ruby could safely shine her smile for years, even as she carried the fate of Remnant across the world. To her friends, she was a beacon of hope.
Well, yeah, 'cause she's got one more superpower. Her silver eyes. Just like her mom, Ruby inherited them from the God of Light as a weapon against negative anti-life energy, like the evil goop Grim spawned from. Just a wink and blam! Sayonara, Drek.
Gotta say, I kind of regret not watching the anime. It's very hard to find the time to do anything, honestly, so far. So I tend to kind of just keep up with my videos, but I should probably get around to watch a lot more anime just to keep up.
Beacon of darkness.
But Ruby's skills didn't falter after her time at Beacon. As she journeyed across Remnant, she left.
Feats: decapitated a giant Nevermore, kicked a griffin through an Atlas warship, leapt off multiple missiles mid-air, overcame the apathy's mental effects, petrified kaiju-sized Scrim with silver eyes, defeated Torchwick, Cinder, Harriet, Team GNPR, Curious Cat, met Superman, and Ragna the Bloodhedge. Okay. Alright.
Pulled up to compete with all sorts of powerful magic and mechanized foes.
Superman.
Her team could even match the Ace Ops, an elite squad of longtime professional huntsmen.
Including Harriet, whose super speed semblance was totally outclassed by Petal Burst, and Vine, whose aura was strong enough to contain a bomb that was about to decimate the whole city of Mantle. Man, these are some pretty powerful auras.
Though it's important to remember, Ruby is only 17 years old. The weight of being a leader, a savior, and a huntress like her mother would get heavier and heavier and heavier.
She got over it. Look at her go!
Taking Crescent Rose firmly in hand and sending a message of unity to the rest of the world. Ruby had finally left the fairy tale behind, taking one more step toward the day we've waited for.
I gotta say, that looks like a very interesting anime. I definitely regret not keeping up with more. It's just that, well, life. But I'm definitely going to get around to it. There's a lot of animes out there that are really, really good. And for any of y'all who have recommendations, by all means, let me know in the comment section. I definitely want to start watching, and I haven't gotten around to it. It's just life, work, and everything. Go Loser. If anybody's got any opinions on that one, definitely want to know more about it. Go Loser Ranger. But either way, let's get back to the battle.
A sound soul dwells within a sound mind and a sound body.
But all the unjust evil souls of this world are on the Disney Fast Pass to becoming a Kishin.
Destructive gods mutated from good-natured souls. A Kishin could plunge the world into chaos and madness. If only someone could stop them.
Bing bong, it's the DWMA. Welcome to Death Weapon Meister Academy, where death rules. Literally, his name is Death.
Here, Lord Death tasks humans to become spiritually talented meisters of demon weapons.
AKA people who are also a weapon. No, really, they transform into weapons. Guns, ninja stars, hammers, you name it. A Meister weapon pair kills and consumes lost souls to keep the Kishin away. Jack the Ripper? More like Jack the Fraud.
And so, the demon weapon
guy.
Soul was paired with the dutiful rising star, Maka Albarn.
Talk about your classic teachers.
Background, full name, Maka Albarn. Age 13, oh, damn, she's younger. 2-star Scythe Meister at Death Weapon Meister Academy. Possesses a Grigori soul, cool. Weapon partner, soul, Subaki, spirit. Likes books, studying, puzzles, drum, dances. Dislikes unfaithful men, raw fish.
Pet. The kind of girl who leaves an apple on the desk and goes, "Teacher, you forgot to give us homework," and then we jump them.
As if Soul's any
For
better.
real.
A weapon who's too concerned with being cool to do any real work.
Hey, Soul's not just any demon weapon, he's a Scythe, and he's got his sights on upgrading to the highest level of Death Scythe.
Which would be a high honor. And lucky for Soul, Maka always aims high.
With that common goal, Maka and Soul formed the Dream Team. All they needed was 99 Kishin eggs and the soul of a witch. Easy, right?
Maybe, since Maka is extraordinarily perceptive at spotting and examining souls. She can detect spiritual presences from millions of yards away, and can discern its nature, stability, and emotions.
Time for class then.
Soul, aka Soul Eater, Death's last weapon, age 13-15 years. Vocations, Death Scythe, pianist. Shape-shifting, human and scythe states, flight via manifest wings. Piano and black room, soul meditation, soul hack, soul adagio, sorry, black blood dress, madness.
The two trained hard, but their styles kinda weird. Okay, so Maka guides Soul in the direction she wants to go, but Soul, the Scythe, does all the actual movements himself. Maka's the Meister, Soul's the weapon.
Like conductor and instrumentalist, a Meister
Okay.
weapon pair cannot work in harmony without total cooperation.
Too bad their teamwork sucked. They fumbled the easiest chance for Death Scythe status, F-.
Maka just could not get in tune with Soul's wavelength. She was skilled, sure, more skilled than most.
Keyword, most. There were plenty of rivals showing her up, like Blackstar and Tsubaki.
Really puts a damper on the straight A's when this show-off is doing better than you.
It was up to Maka and Soul to improve their teamwork through soul resonance.
What I said about wavelength wasn't metaphorical. Rather, wavelengths are the means with which Meister and weapon draw strength through each other. Think of two wavelengths as different emotional amplitudes that must merge.
You know, so this kind of reminds me of Bleach. Like the Zanpakutos, toes, because Soul Eater, the Scythe, is a living thing, right? It's got his mind of his own. It's very similar to Bleach and the Zanpakutos. Toes.
One alignment.
If the Meister's the guitar and the weapon's the amp, then they create a feedback loop to increase its frequency. That's soul resonance.
Soul resonance creates a telepathic link and surges their strength and speed.
And preps them for cool sight moves like the Witch Hunt Slash, a big
damn.
energy strike that puts the L in evil.
As the name implies, it works especially well against witch.
Oops. Techniques: Soul Perception, Soul Renaissance, Wavelength Control, Anti-Demon Wavelength, Hunt Slashes, Witch and Demon. Number 6 Hunt, letter U Hunt, letter I Slash, Scythe Menace Severing, Kishin Hunt Slash, Maka Chop.
beings. And other evil creatures, it's not exclusive or anything.
It's actually really deadly against evil because of Maka's rare anti-demon wavelengths. Basically, being a goody little two-shoes gets her the power of purity or whatever.
Maka and Soul were becoming a synchronized unit, though one would sometimes need to rein in the other's idiotic habits.
And the other guys gotta stop their annoying overthinking, Wiz.
But everything changed after a, unique encounter with Krona, which nearly killed Soul.
Now Soul had an ogre pal in his head, waiting for him to swing on over and play the piano. Yep, Soul got infected with black blood.
Black blood was specially brewed as a weaponizable blood. It hardens and strengthens its user's body, inside and out, increasing their physical ability. They can even block blades with their bare skin.
Too bad it comes with a little side effect of madness with a capital M.
A force of fear and sadness all living things possess, which threatens to ruin the world.
So it was kind of a big deal that Maka was bummed by how she got Soul in a jam. But thanks to Soul, she got over it and even welcomed in their new little ogre buddy.
Now when Soul plays his grand piano, their soul resonance sings even louder through the black blood.
Giving Maka all the perks of black blood too, even the crazy parts. Bet you didn't expect that, Krona.
But evil saw their plans through. The Kishin Asura had arrived. Madness was spreading everywhere.
So Maka and Soul had to lock in and upgrade their witch hunt to the even stronger demon hunt slash. They went on even more missions to reach souls with classmates like Blackstar, and that guy outran his own shadow.
Perhaps the most obvious evidence ever of faster than light speeds, and Maka could finally keep up with him.
Pair that with her fight with the demon tool Gopher, who could obliterate whole mountains, and you've got one hell of an ass kicker.
And yet, Maka's relationship with Soul still faltered. Soul was the real star here. Even other Meisters were trying to take him as a weapon, away from Maka.
I mean, he literally moves himself, so Maka couldn't help but wonder if she was holding him back all along.
But Soul said the truth. In all of their missions, their teamwork was the key to their victory. An orchestral performance is only as good as the one conducting. And so, their wavelengths played in harmony, and Maka donned a dress of black blood.
Oh, damn.
It's an armor, literally made
that's
of
cool.
blood, and it lets Maka fly around and shoot out her soul as an epic sound wave. So freaking metal!
At the same time, Soul discovered he
that's
could hack
badass. I like the
souls and
design.
directly transmit Maka's anti-demon wavelengths, basically shutting their enemy completely down through Soul Adagio.
And they finally achieved Death Scythe. The dream's here,
Feats.
baby.
So when Krona's own black blood reached its
Sorry about that. Carved through Gopher's blast, outpaced Medusa's vector arrows, consumed the souls of 198 humans and a witch, nullified Guriko's soul wavelength, tanked Asura's Vajra, which pierced death, kept up with Black Star and Death the Kid, survived attacks that split clouds and created the moon. Damn. Defeated Blair, Arcane, Medusa, Krona, Guriko, Cashin, Asura.
final stage, Maka and Soul flew to the moon. A moon small and unassuming, but so dense it has the same mass as the planet itself. The very world's sanity was at stake.
Krona might have gone insane, but Maka still reached out to their new friend Soul until the Kishin showed up to ruin everything. Come on, Asura, they're having a moment here. Timing, bro.
What would be Maka's final exam? Maka, Soul, and all of their friends faced off against the Kishin.
And she passed. A+. Maka pulled her weight and perfected her teamwork with Soul. Their wavelengths were pitch perfect.
Asura did everything he could to separate them, crater them into the moon, punch holes in Maka's chest, tamper their souls
Damn.
with madness, and each time they successfully realigned their wavelengths.
Until they kicked his ass with one final upgrade, the Kishin Hunt Slash. Maka Chop! Now that's what I call absolute cinema.
Because a sound soul dwells within a sound
I like the
mind
manga.
and body. So should you feel overwhelmed by evil's roars, just write 42 42 564 whenever you want to knock on death's door. All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a scythe battle!
Nice. How do you call it? I like both the characters. I'm not gonna lie. The Soul Eater girl, she looks very adorable. So does RWBY. Though the other one, because she's younger, I mean, Ruby's technically a woman already, or at least close to being one, depending. Whatever. Point is that she's actually a lot younger. But I'm going for Ruby because I like the way her scythe looks. However, seeing the feats and the fact that Soul Eater, Maka, his abilities seem a little bit more supernatural in comparison. And technically, they both have supernatural, right? The aura, but I don't know. I think I might give it to Soul Eater, but I'm still going Ruby all the way. Anyways.
Okay, it's official. This is so not cool.
Oh, come on, Soul. Our target should be here, so try helping out. Hi! Who you looking for?
Aww.
Little Red Riding Hood, your humanity has strayed from its just path, and the Shinigami has called for you. Oh my gosh, your boyfriend turns into a scythe! Oh, that's so cool! Your soul is ours!
Nice. Oh, that's so sick.
I like my soul, thanks.
Won't lie, Red. Your moves are sick, but too slow for my Meister.
You haven't seen anything yet! Focus. She's good, but we can handle it.
Let's go, Soul Resonance!
Oh. Nice. Whoa!
Stop!
Easy, baby.
Me!
That was funny. Oh damn. I like that dress. I like that look. It looks badass.
Her soul forms a barrier. Try helping out.
Relax.
Fighting. I'm Ruby Rose, and I am a huntress!
Soul Adagio!
Oh.
Ruby!
Come on, baby. Oh, nice.
Wavelengths. Damn it, she's... Stay strong, Maka! You got this!
No! My baby.
A simple, honest soul. Ruby Rose, huh?
KO! Rest in peace, Ruby. But
I kinda called it.
It's not often you get to see scythe-on-scythe action like that.
Let's break this down with the 4 categories that best represent this matchup. First, strength.
Or a supercharged Ruby's strength way higher than you'd think, like kicking this Grim through steel. But Maka's soul resonance could match Gopher, who destroyed mountains.
Now, Team Ruby did defeat Vine, whose aura contained a bomb that could have wiped out a city.
Adding up their flight speed and how far Harriet said they'd have to fly to avoid the blast, that's a 366 kiloton bomb.
It's possible Ruby's own aura possesses a similar level of, say, energy strength, though her semblance obviously can't replicate what Vine did.
Black Blood Maka got blasted by Asura into the moon. Yeah, it's small, but its mass is the same as Earth's, right?
Putting Asura's strikes at 2 quadrillion tons of TNT, over 5 billion times higher than Vine.
So, Maka takes strength, but speed wasn't as clear-cut. Ruby's a fast little gal. Maka kept up with Blackstar, faster than Shadows and whatnot. But as they improved their skills, Ruby and her friends could outspeed Adam,
who blocked a particle beam. Though given the distance and time to react, Adam moved about 42% the speed of light. Not quite faster than your own Shadow territory. Still, Ruby's Petal Burst has become far faster than this over time, and clearly gives more than a 2-time speed increase on top of that 42%, making her well past light speed.
Definitely enough to take on Harriet, who was all about speed. Angry speed.
This isn't to say Maka couldn't keep up thanks to Soul Resonance, but Petal Burst makes this comparison close enough to call it a tie. And their speed would be key to winning in skill.
Come on, Wiz. Call it what it really is. It's Scythery.
That's not a word.
Maka's Scythery was pretty good, but Soul does all the movement for her. As a Meister, she was mostly a guide.
It's easy to assume that Ruby's Scythery was superior. She's entirely self-sufficient at dancing with her weapon.
Soul's own control is still a factor here, but it doesn't change that Ruby's been swinging that thing for way longer than Maka. Ruby's got Scythery in the bag.
Perhaps this edge would be enough for Ruby to avoid Maka's far greater strength if she had the better powers.
So, Aura's really cool. Barriers, healing, superpowers, and so on. But it's got one big weakness.
It is a finite resource that is required for all of Ruby's powers.
Petal Burst, activating Dust, even powering up Crescent Rose takes juice and some aura. Once it's gone, Ruby's totally vulnerable.
And there's a second key factor regarding aura. It is specifically a manifestation of Ruby's soul.
And Maka's powers are all about taking on souls. Maka had lots of ways to break through Ruby's aura, like Soul Adagio.
And since Maka is exceptionally gifted at examining souls, she could definitely figure out how aura works.
But plot twist, what about Ruby's silver eyes? Her anti-grim eye beams? Turns out they were actually her best secret weapon.
The negative power of Grim is quite similar to Madness wavelengths, which power Black Blood. Since anti-demon wavelengths can cancel out Black Blood, the silver eyes should achieve a similar effect.
But Maka and Soul's whole story is about reaching that perfect soul resonance. Asura tried every way in the book and more to separate their wavelengths and failed. And we already talked about how much stronger he is than Ruby. Maka takes powers, because when she rose to the occasion, Ruby didn't stand a semblance of a chance and bit the dust.
The winners are Maka Albarn and Soul Evans.
Wait, his name is Soul Evans? Next time on Death Battle.
Ooh, let's see.
Subscribe and join as a member to see more Death Battle. Thanks for watching.
Okay, so that was Ruby Rose versus Maka Albarn. That was quite the battle. I did like it. I do like the story. Like I said, I wish I had more time to watch more anime, because like Soul Eater, I heard it didn't have the best ending. No, it's not that the endings are bad, but anime in general has a bit of a reputation for giving you what you would call very unsatisfactory, endings. But then again, sometimes endings aren't meant to be satisfactory. They're just meant to be endings. Life is weird sometimes. Believe me, I know. But I forgot exactly what it was about Soul Eater that people were disappointed on. I know there's another anime called Wonder Egg Priority that I kind of look. I don't want to watch it because I don't feel like getting sad. Like there's too much depression going on in my own personal life right now. I don't want to get into it. But the point is, that's one thing about anime. It gets you in the feels. So maybe that's why I've been too reluctant to watch a lot of the new animes, because they usually get you in the feels. And right now, I don't want to feel sad. But either way, that's a whole other thing. Fuck, I called it. I really wanted Ruby to win. I love her scythe. I like her story a little bit more too. Though Soul Eater, just by seeing it, I'm like, the feats and the powers seem a lot more significant. So that's why I said it before. You know what? I'm Team Ruby, but I get the feeling Maka's gonna win. Then again, I didn't want either of them to die. My heart would have broken either way. Like, I saw Ruby getting sliced the way she did, my heart broke. I would have seen Maka, I think my heart would have broken even more because she's younger. But at the same time, like I said, it's not just everything, the fight between them at the same time. Not only does Maka have more abilities and more feats and powers, her weapon and her work together. That's 2 against 1. So, like I said, I was Team Ruby, but I kind of knew Maka was going to win. But either way, Let me know what you all think. Do you all agree with the outcome? Do you think that perhaps Ruby should have won? I feel so, but that could just be me and my bias towards her site that I love so much. And yeah, let me know what you all think in the comment section. Was this a good outcome? Was this a bad outcome? And if so, why? But anyways, that was my reaction. If you like it, and if you have it in you, please give me a like and subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. How about you, bro? This is your boy, Brown Baldy. Thank you so much for joining me, and you have a good rest of your day, and you all take care.